Okay, nobody has a cold open?
Nope.
No.
No? Do you have a cold open?
I'm actually in a lot of pain, not gonna lie.
Okay.
Okay, Jalal said he had a cold open, man.
What story, man? No one has cold open.
What's a cold open? Why are you in pain, Younes?
Yeah, thank you, Bilal. That's what you're supposed to
Speaking
ask.
of pain.
You don't have to.
Okay, you know what? I'll talk about it later. Just start the
You
episode.
can start the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Not my issue. Can you buzz off? Let me add a little bit of spice to that.
The Dean's List Podcast.
Okay, so first of all, I'm in pain. First of all, you're supposed to be concerned for your brother when they're in pain.
Salam tak.
Allah Salmak. Thank you, Fishy. You see, this guy has respect, man. He has manners. Unreal.
She's a good guy.
Fishy really wants to be on this podcast.
Look who's talking, bro.
I mean,
We have our own.
who's
You guys
talking.
called me. Don't make me bring up the archives. Jalal texted me. Oh, so you're down? 100%? You can come? Yeah.
I didn't want you here. We had a different way. Jenna was the only one that wanted you here.
Well, actually, I kind of wanted Fishy on too, to be honest.
Yeah, Bilal.
No, sorry, man.
See you, man.
You know what? Let's just
Okay, wait, get to your
no
thing.
wait. Address the fans.
Oh yeah, hey guys, welcome to episode 14, Deenless Podcast. Make sure you catch us every Monday. We're dropping episode. You catch us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and like all our videos. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify. Make sure you catch us on social media at DLPcast. How are we doing on that? Anybody knows?
On social media?
Social media. Is there
I
any
don't know.
interaction?
You gotta ask your producer.
He's not here. And then we'd like to thank Mr. Kareem Saleh. He's producing for us today.
Yep.
Say hi, Kareem, to the fans.
It's good to be here.
He's off camera, but he looks
He's off camera,
great.
but
he looks great right now.
He's really good in this role.
And then
Thanks for tuning into
we
this
have his
episode.
apprentice, Mr. Majd Younes. Salam Majd. Say hi.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Great.
AKA my personal punching bag.
And we lost all our viewers. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, today we're missing Muhammad Hamdan and Ali Farhat. They needed a vacation from having a vacation.
Apparently.
Literally.
Thank God.
Thank God. I don't know. We have to really knock this episode out of the
park.
Out of the park.
Yeah.
That's a
Because-
baseball reference. You should know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's your thing.
I don't know.
You're tuning into a podcast today where everybody's tired.
We have
and
literally no topics. I don't know.
no
if you can
topics,
see,
nothing.
Literally nothing.
This is a bare bones
this is gonna
podcast.
be a lot of.
Off the dome.
Did you guys see?
off the-
Did you guys see that? If the Blue Jays got out of the bubble, they got fined
Yeah.
like $750,000
No, no,
possible
yeah,
jail
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
smooth transition.
What?
That's crazy.
What
But
is
you know
it?
what though? Like they're trying to enforce like a very strict rule. But with the, I don't want to talk too much about sports here because we got to get to my pain after. But like
no worries.
with sports, with baseball specifically, are they allowing our teams actually traveling to different like spots across the states?
So I think each one is in their own like stadium.
Yeah.
I know Toronto got approval to be in Rogers, so they're in Toronto. They're doing training.
But that's
camp
for
there.
the training camp.
Well, usually they're what's it call it?
Let's figure
Their
this
training
out.
camps in Florida.
Yeah.
But I think when the actual games start, I think they do travel because there I saw like a schedule in the map, but they do travel like to city. So it's not like kind of like the NHL or the NBA where they had like very constrained sites.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
ones are just traveling because baseball it's kind of harder, right? It's not you can't really like Rogers Place has a hotel connected to the
Yeah,
field,
that's why they have.
which hence why they have it there. But
Maybe that's why they're being so strict with the rules then. That would make sense. Now, as Bilal's searching that up, the reason why I'm in a lot of pain right now is because I was pretty dumb and I decided to listen to my sister's advice and get Invisalign. And I got them put in yesterday and honestly, my teeth kill.
how tight are they?
Buddy,
They feel-
it's
feel like
the
they're
worst.
gonna pop, eh?
Buddy, taking them off is a mission because they're so tight. And then like all these attachments on my teeth are like
But
sharp.
You have good teeth. Why did you have?
Yeah, well,
I have a lot of crowding. Like they're crowding along the bottom and stuff. To be honest, I could have lived without it. Again, like I said, I was an idiot and I listened to my sister. And
Bro, I learned out long ago to stop listening to my sisters.
I
They'd
don't
be like, Bilal, the house is on fire, get out. I'm like, no,
No.
I'm okay. Thank you very much.
know. I wouldn't. Okay.
I remember the
That's
first
totally
day.
different things.
First day I got braces, I tried to eat a little Mitlevin. It was not happening.
Oh,
But yo, braces
was
are
not-
worse, I think.
It was not happening, bro. I literally felt
Braces
like
are
my
the worst.
teeth were like you
It's-
can't even put it into words.
It's tough. I just had burgers for Asha and like, buddy, I don't know what it was. Like,
but you take them off when you eat.
oh, obviously. But
Okay.
like the thing is, my teeth are still in pain even after I take them off because like they've spent so far, what is it, like 24 hours or more than 24 hours now in this different formation, and it just my gums aren't used to it. Nothing's used to it, so
It takes time for it to go into that new state.
it's not fun, man. It's not fun. And then in hockey today, I got elbowed in the mouth first shift by Sully.
Of
Thanks,
course,
Sully, by
yeah.
the way.
So,
And then like my lip got cut open, and I'm not gonna continue. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad.
so
Whatever.
Bilal, did you get any?
I'm not. I don't find what's it called?
Where they're playing?
Where they're playing.
So I know they are traveling. I know
So
they do
that's what I
travel.
heard too. The last thing I heard, they were traveling. But all these rules are now like, well, I would be like, I don't want to play anymore.
See, baseball is a
It's
bit
like you're not
different.
allowed to spit. You're not allowed to use the
Nothing.
same ball.
Wait,
You're
did
not
it-
allowed to.
Baseball's a bit different because like you're going from 162 games to 60. So I would like I'd even
I
know
don't,
why
I
they're
don't know. I
trying to.
just like call us.
But
let
it's
it
not
go.
a full season from what I heard. Just a
60 games.
tournament.
60 games.
No. What I mean is that it's just like a tournament. It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a.
No. They have like 60 games the regular season, and then they go to the playoffs.
Yeah, but they're adding I think a slot into the playoffs, so it's a bit different. But
I heard
We'll see how
Mike
it
Trout's
goes.
not playing. Is that true?
Mike
No,
Trout,
he's
well,
playing.
like he's probably playing, but there's a few like
There's no
highlighted.
No, like who?
Well, there's that dude from the Colorado Rockies. I think
That's
Ronaldo. I forgot his name.
no.
He's, I
Yolando
think he's
was
a-
playing. No, Yolando's
his third baseman, and Buster Posey for the catchers for the Giants. He's out.
Yeah, but that guy's old.
Yeah, but like, he's
What are you guys talking about?
Playing.
the
Who
player-
watches baseball?
I do.
Oh my
Bilal do.
God.
I love baseball.
Did you hear they're moving Vladdy to first base?
Yeah,
God, this is
Okay.
welcome to the
He's so
baseball
unathletic,
podcast.
that's
We're
why
baseball
it makes
guys.
sense.
But
Let's talk
still,
about
man, he's
baseball.
so good.
he's good in
Okay.
batting.
You can't even play first base. You can't even play DH.
Doesn't
I don't
have
want
a
to play
glove.
DH. I don't want to play baseball. I'm not retired.
Okay, yo, Shila, can you stop like clipping the
Why are you
audio?
yelling?
I'm sorry.
Why are
Like,
you mad?
the people listening are gonna be crying right now.
That's fine.
Do
Okay.
you guys hear about that? Do you guys know Sofia? Like today, he mentioned it. The Sofia Haga. You know what that is in
Oh,
Turkey?
he wasn't there. He wasn't
Oh,
there.
Oh,
you're
the
at the-
mosque.
Yeah,
I saw
you
it.
know what it is, right?
I saw it on
I
Twitter.
saw it on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, they converted it into it's Twitter is probably blowing up right now.
Yeah.
Is like people pro or anti?
I don't see. Honestly, I didn't see comments. I
I
saw
didn't
just
see
the
comments.
story.
I saw a video of them making a din inside. And
Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's closed because they're transferring into a masjid. Because like inside when you walk in, like I've been there. It's like when you walk in, it's all marble floors and stuff. It's so nice.
beautiful. Yeah.
Well, the thing is now they're like, I don't know, they're gonna try to transform it into a masjid by like adding not carpet, but like rolling out stuff, putting shelves for shoes, which nobody's gonna use. Is shoes on the floor.
We're all over the floor. I have an interesting topic to bring up since you guys brought that up.
Bring it up.
Do you guys? Yesterday, me and my friends were talking about. I was when I was in New York, the New York Natural History Museum.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Quran there, that's like, it was like dated I think 100 years after the Prophet.
Yeah.
So and they're saying that how like the Quran like it was the same, like that Quran is the same as
Price is not playing.
one nowadays, right? And it was an interesting conversation. Like that Quran, why is it in New York and not in Medina? So how do you guys feel like on?
Medina doesn't have any museum
Or
artifacts.
I'm saying like Mecca or somewhere closer to like
Mecca has
Islam,
zero
right?
museums.
They had zero of that kind of
They have
stuff.
I think just
Really?
I think it's just
The only place that has that kind of artifacts is in Turkey.
Really, okay.
Turkey has a lot of artifacts, but there's nothing wrong with having it in museums around the world.
So on the topic of that, so like I mean, there's a big movement now with people.
wanting it closer to the
Yeah.
actual-
So like for example, like there's like some.
Why?
The whole thing is like they were claiming because it was taken from them, right?
Wait, these are Muslims saying that they'd rather have it in like.
No, I'm saying like in general, like there's a big movement nowadays.
But the thing
where
is,
people.
the Quran is not meant for a specific place.
Yeah,
It's
I know
not for the
well,
world.
I'm saying I was using that as a segue.
Oh, so do you like?
Yeah.
clear. Obviously, it's not clear.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it
That's
was
what
clear,
I'm
but you
saying.
started murking up the waters. I'm saying to you is that, like, do you like what are your thoughts on? So you think it's okay for them to have museum artifacts from like, let's say from like South America, for example,
No, why
have
not?
it here in North America?
Well, I think like New York specifically is like kind of like one of like the busiest places in the world.
Oh yeah, I can
So
see
I
that
think
for
it's
sure.
like one of like the one-offs where you can like they have like a place for.
But let's be real, straight up.
Yeah.
If these artifacts go back to their native countries,
Nothing's gonna change.
not that. It's like, is there enough security to protect them?
That's
You know
a
what
fact
I
too.
mean?
Yeah, that's a fact too.
I don't like me personally. I don't find anything wrong
I don't
with.
think- yeah.
Like if you go to like Turkey, they have the Prophet's hair, they have his clothes, they have everything,
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, I guess it's still considered a Muslim country, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like, oh, it has to go back to Mecca.
To be honest, I would prefer having it in North America or the West.
Me too.
really. Yeah?
Just for
Yeah, oh, yeah.
security reasons.
No,
or-
not even for the security reasons. It's
Like dawah kind of thing.
it's
and
a
for
dawah
more,
thing.
yeah, and for more people like to learn and see, like because a lot
Yeah.
of like if you put it in Mecca, people already like know like the history.
Yeah.
But if like you're in New York and like some maybe a non-Muslim or a Muslim that is gaining knowledge and
Yeah.
they just walk by it, they'll.
Do you know what's the craziest thing? Like even in Turkey, they have like Qur'ans from every century. and then you look at the Quran you go to the earliest copy, and it's so crazy that you like it's open random, and then the thing is you could read it, and it's like you know exactly what you're reading. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
It's not changed or anything.
And there's also when I was in Vegas. This is just me showing off that I travel. They have a
Jalal wears
Quran.
chains when he goes to Vegas.
They have a
by the way.
Quran. No, I got. That's another story.
I've been to Vegas.
When I was in New York, what he's talking about. When I was in New York, I was wearing a chain. I mean,
yeah.
like the typical Arabi, like
Shoji.
chain, like that kind of chain, right? And I was wearing that, and I was like, and then like some guy comes up to me, and he grabs the chain, and he goes, "Chain snatchers." And then like a cop was standing there, and he goes, "Hey, like back off!" And the cop told me, the cop told me to take it off.
Vegas is it's kind of fun but boring at the same time.
It's boring
Oh, yeah.
Because like you really can't like go to
do
like
anything.
like you
No,
can't,
but
like,
thing about Vegas, why I brought up Vegas was because I was in a bookstore there, and they had I think it was another Quran too, but they were selling it for $40,000.
What?
And I don't know, I have a picture of it here.
You know what?
And it was some kind of edition of the Quran, and it was in a bookstore in Vegas, and it was being sold for $40,000.
You know what it is? It's for like these like Middle Eastern ballers that think that buying the most expensive
no
Qurans are
frame it,
religious. Or you go to Saudi, you go to these like masabih places. You buy masabahs for like $800, $900.
I heard about that. That's
What were you
crazy.
What's in them?
Nothing.
What's in them?
It's like they open a case and they show you. I'm like, yeah.
No thanks.
But yeah, they try to get those tourists that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
You
like
know,
they put it off like, oh, I spent this much on a masabah. Like, why would you do that?
You know, actually, okay. So brand name clothing, for example.
What's
Okay.
up? Being sponsored
Yeah.
by
No, like Nike.
by the way,
Nike's,
just do it.
Nike's a little bit different. I'm talking to like Gucci, Hugo Boss,
Expensive
like
Like the
this-
tier
like-
one, the tier one.
Yeah, like the super ridiculously expensive stuff. Now, most people that work regularly and can save at a decent rate can afford, that kind of clothing every once in a while. Once
yeah.
in a while, right? And if you really want to buy it, you can put the money aside for it, no problem. But I just don't think it's worth it, man.
Like straight up, if you're buying like just say for example, you're saving up and you buy like once a year you buy like a $500 shirt.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't have an issue with. But if you're buying like a $5,000 hoodie, that I find like outrageous.
I think that's even the $500 shirt I think is ridiculous. Like
I think it depends on like who. I think it depends on who it is. Like and if what like I don't know. Like it depends. Like if you're using it one time, or if it's for a special occasion or something. I understand like if you splurge like once in a while, but like for something that a lot of times it's just literally like the same material. Maybe even like the material might be it's the exact same.
Yeah.
It's literally the like you can probably go to Michael's, get a shirt, and stamp Gucci on it, and color it or whatever, and no one will notice the difference. No one knows.
most people won't know.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought it up exactly because we're talking about the masbahas, right? Like most masbahas, you can get them for like less than $1,
Yeah.
and they're perfectly fine. They work great.
They work. Yeah,
you know.
They
But
don't
then
work
like,
the same.
beats on screen.
I know. Like,
No
you get,
function.
You get the point. There is a function. Whatever.
No,
Oh
I
my
meant
God.
like it doesn't do anything.
Yes, it does. Some of them they're not like very.
Maybe the
smooth.
rope is not strong.
yeah.
No, some of them they're not smooth. It's so annoying. But like most of them, they're very smooth and it works just fine. Anyways, the point.
Sucks to be poor, eh, boys?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I go with you because I remember I had this conversation back when they're like, "Oh, you have to buy brand like Boss and Gucci," and I'm like, "Why? Like, what's the point?" Like, I'm not saying buy like low names like Champion and stuff, but I'm saying like buy like me personally, Nike is my go-to, and if that Under Armour, like you know what I mean?
Straight up, like me splurging is like going to Lululemon and buying like a full
No,
price sweats.
my
That's me
splurge is like, oh, this Nike hoodie's sick. It's $80. That's like the most I'll ever
Oh
pay.
yeah.
Look-
Yeah. See with me, I'll never buy something like I find like I don't remember the last time I bought a piece of clothing full price. I don't remember.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's good to look for
Besides,
the
like
deals.
sometimes it's like one-offs, like dress pants, something
Wait,
like that.
we have to do our advertisements. Goodwill, buy your secondhand clothes here. Continue.
No, but like, see, for me, I don't care anything about the brand or the price or anything. I just look for, is it comfortable? Is it something that I
Yeah,
need?
exactly.
Right, and the quality too, right? So, for example, if I'm gonna go for sweats. Sure, you can go to like find sweats anywhere for pretty cheap, and for the most part, like they'll do fine.
Of course.
But when you mentioned Lululemon, for example,
Lifetime
I
warranty,
like
yeah.
to go to
I
Lululemon
love
just because like the warranty is one thing.
And the comfort is
The
insane.
comfort, the quality, like everything, man, they're unreal.
Yeah.
So in that sense,
It's
okay,
worth.
I don't mind spending $100 or $100.
But do you actually feel like a man buying Lululemon?
Hey,
Straight
look,
up.
I used to be so against it. I'm not gonna lie. I used to hate Lululemon so much, but when I tried the pants,
You can't go back.
buddy, it's
insane.
unreal. But
Ali
look,
Farhat right now is probably triggered.
I don't like. I
Oh
don't,
man, they talked about Lululemons
No.
without me.
but I don't like anything that's too tight. Obviously.
Yeah.
If it's too tight, I'm not. No.
The girls like it when you wear it too tight.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
you
that's
like
their
you like
problem.
tank tops though. Tight tank tops though.
Okay, listen.
This man plays ball hockey in a tight tank top.
Because I overheat,
tight.
man.
And
It's
it's-
not
it-
tight. It's
it's
not
not-
tight.
it's not
tight.
No, if it looks tight, that's just my gym.
Oh, yeah.
Oh snap!
Did you guys see?
Oh snap!
Did you guys see the
My
NBA?
brother Mesh is cringing right now, but
One day you'll get a body like him, Mesh.
Did you guys see the NBA bubble?
What do you mean?
What? Why are you just stop talking?
The
man.
bubble for the NBA in Orlando in Florida.
are
Yeah.
they still doing it there?
It's done. They're there.
Yeah,
Like,
they're-
the
they're
NBA
pra-
players.
they're
Some of
practicing right
them
now.
were complaining and stuff. It was like the funniest. I'm like, you guys are sitting in like a
It's a resort.
multi-million
It's a
dollar
resort.
resort
For free.
for whatever you want. You're still getting paid.
Yeah, they're getting
A
paid,
lot of
yeah,
them are
so-
donating their funds towards the BLM movement, which is great, really good. And like you eat and you hoop and you practice. Like literally the same thing, except you just don't go out. But
Are they closing it off as well?
it's,
Yeah,
bu-
yeah,
it's
it's-
done.
it's-
There's
it's-
nothing. Literally,
nobody's allowed to
they're
interrupt.
playing and they're sleeping in the same place.
Oh, in that case, then honestly,
And like
that's-
they're doing COVID tests before every game and all that stuff. So like it's really.
Did you see the meals that they're eating?
Well, that was the first one.
Comparatively,
I think it was.
So
I think
funny.
it was someone from the Orlando Magic or something. They went and they put a picture of like the food that they got. And at that time, there was no chefs in the arena because they wanted everyone to come in,
Yeah.
quarantine, and then quarantine the chefs and like test them
Yeah,
and everything,
yeah,
right? And then I think Isaiah Thomas tweeted, "He's like LeBron James is not eating that food."
it was like a peanut butter and jello sandwich.
Yeah.
It's like remember that one guy is like it's like they hired the same chef they did in the fire.
Fire festival. Oh my god.
There's like that melted cheese.
Yeah.
How would
How
you
you
guys
see
feel
Jack?
though? How would you guys feel if you guys were in a like put yourselves in like a basketball person like
But
the
honestly,
NBA
I
player?
don't get why they have to make the season go.
Revenue, money.
That's only
So
thing.
Money and to
Well,
crown a
that's-
title.
well,
Like,
that's only
but
thing.
honestly, I'll give props to like their commissioner. Their commissioner is the best in sports by far.
Yeah,
he the only thing that he's gotten, like not him specifically, but he overs like, so they give him like an approved list of like BLM messages to put on their back, like equality
Yeah,
moving
yeah.
forward and stuff like that. And they gave him a list that really wasn't thoroughly discussed to them. And LeBron James came out today and said, "My name is gonna be on the back of my jersey." A lot of people are giving him heat for it, but he said that like he doesn't believe that if he puts it on his jersey.
Don't you feel that the players have too much power in the NBA?
But that's a good thing though. 'cause-
Is it?
Yeah, but they make him their money.
Not-
just
not
like
all the
college
players.
football, just like college sports. College sports, there's a lot of heat for them not getting paid over their likeness. But why? What do you mean?
No,
I
but
don't know, I
Bilal,
just feel
not
like
all
it-
the players, specifically LeBron. LeBron has the league in his palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's not the right though.
But he's
I
the
don't
face
know.
of the sport
He
right now.
is. He
But
is,
I'll
but
give.
you can't give.
But
Connor-
the NBA does do a good job between their players association and the actual like league office that they do talk a lot, like their
Yeah.
leadership. And I think too is like they're doing a really good job. The NBA players now, like on emphasizing the WNBA, so the Women's National Basketball Association.
Oh, Hamdan would have loved that conversation.
So they're doing a good job, which they should be doing. They should be getting paid as much as even though they're probably not revenue. They should be getting a pay raise.
They're not but they're not asking to have the same.
No,
amount
but
of-
they're asking for something like
yeah, they
like
just want
something.
profit sharing.
Yeah,
Profit sharing.
yeah.
That's what.
So, but they're getting terribly underpaid. It's crazy.
It blows my mind how these junior athletes, like CHL, WHL. Have you ever looked at a WHL player's like salary? What they make?
They make nothing.
It's
Yeah, but you're not-
$100 a week.
Oh yeah.
But you have no
Like, I'm not
expenses
joking.
though.
Yeah, I get
But
that
it's
part,
worth
right?
that. It's worth like you gotta remember too. College, like you're getting paid under the table sometimes. Like if you don't get caught, but
I'm down.
like you're when you gotta remember you're taking that 4 months or whatever or however long you're at the school for the one and done.
Yeah.
You're going and then you're getting paid. Boom! Like the next day you're gonna see millions of dollars in your bank account. So I
Yeah,
think it's
but
worth it.
the
True.
percentage of people that make it from college to pro sports.
Yeah,
is
but
really,
I'm
really
like
low.
let's just say like you're like a star like
A star,
top
yeah,
star,
like they know, like
if you're Zion
Williamson,
or John
yeah,
Morant or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yo, that guy's gonna be really good.
Jaw?
Zion.
Zion,
Nah.
both. That yeah.
Overrated. I don't
We'll
know if he's
see.
not.
Mesh-
He's got. He's a Blake Griffin.
What? Mesh,
He's
Mesh,
Blake Griffin over like a better version of Blake Griffin.
do you want to say anything, Mesh?
Don't talk, Mesh.
But speak into the mic though, from the center.
Why did you bring this kid here?
I have so much problems with Bilal's statements about basketball.
One sec. Turn the mic because this has light left and right. So make sure it's
It's just in
yeah,
the middle.
yeah. Speak into the middle.
Okay,
Great.
so a couple.
But before you start, this is not a trend. We're not going to get fans to come and talk on our show. Okay, continue. Told that. Oh, I'm going to bring my 2 cents.
Okay, so basically a couple podcasts ago, my brother and Bilal Abdo were having a debate on who's the GOAT of basketball.
LeBron James, by the way.
And according to my brother, it's LeBron, and according to Bilal Abdo, it's Michael Jordan. And Bilal's main point was the rings, right?
More than that, but that's the main point.
Okay,
Continue.
but at the same age, they both had the same amount of rings. Number
So
one.
what?
Wait,
After
wait, wait,
Kareem's
wait,
the goal
wait,
then.
wait, let me
Okay,
finish.
okay.
Let me finish. Number two, I wouldn't compare the team that Michael Jordan had to the team that LeBron has.
Or
Why are you
has,
making that
or
face?
has
You-
ever had. Or has ever had.
took-
Okay,
he
hold on,
took-
hold on.
Keep going, keep
How
going,
are you
keep
gonna
going,
compare?
keep going, keep going.
Wait, let me
He's
finish.
talking. He's talking.
How would you compare Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman to Kyrie Irving?
To donair sauce. That's what we took to the finals.
Keep
Donair
going,
sauce.
keep going, keep going,
Okay.
keep
Number
going.
number three, LeBron. Everyone in the world, I guarantee you, knows who LeBron James is. I would. Okay, not pay. maybe not every single person, but I would say he's more widely
Yo,
known.
No,
He's gonna kill you.
no,
He's
no.
gonna kill you.
wait,
Run,
wait,
run,
wait,
leave.
Majd, think before you talk.
He has his own
wait,
plan.
wait.
Majd, who sells more shoes, Jordan or LeBron James?
He has his own brand. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's gonna sell more.
Who sell more
Okay,
shoes?
okay, I'll get a Jordan.
Thank you. So don't
Okay,
tell
but
me.
one
So how are
second.
you gonna compare
Honestly,
shoes to basketball skills?
I'm gonna say
No,
something.
no, you said.
why-
you said.
why-
you
why-
One
said,
sec.
you said
Mesh
LeBron
messed
James.
up. That last point had nothing to do with being the GOAT.
Yeah, nothing.
No, no,
So
I'm
the
just
Air,
saying he
the Air
changed the
Jordans
sport.
or LeBron's shoes have nothing to do with who's a better basketball player. Right?
You know, but you said LeBron James is more known around the world than Michael Jordan.
I would personally say that. Yes.
You're
That's his
dumb.
opinion, bro.
If you
It's
you
a stupid opinion.
wait, hold on. If you were to ask
A lot
who's
of
the number
people
one,
have bad opinions.
if you were to ask who's the number one athlete of all time, I guarantee you more people would say LeBron James.
No, yeah.
I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
LeBron
Okay.
James is a better athlete than Michael Jordan.
course.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
So that's another point.
Okay. Are you
So-
done? Are you,
Okay.
can you get
What's
off
your
soapbox?
refute? So what was the argument for it?
I don't know. Mitch is just talking smack.
So
He's saying like, oh, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah. But if you're bringing up rings as your main argument,
Bro,
like,
the whole it's not. It's the only argument.
no.
You cannot be.
Then why
like-
isn't it Kareem number one?
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, why
I would
can't he
actually
be one?
argue with you in that. I'm like, yeah, you make sense. I'll like come on your
And
side.
he's
more.
11 rings.
Yeah, I'll come on your side more than that.
Yeah, but
Straight up,
like-
I would.
Yeah, but like look at LeBron.
Okay,
See,
so
the-
that
the
has
other
the one
difference-
second. In that case, is Kareem the GOAT now?
No, but he can't be because like he can, but
I'm
he can't
asking
be.
Bilal
Yeah.
because he made
I'm
that
saying-
his point
I'm
of
saying-
reference.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying I'm more tuned to say that Kareem is the GOAT based on that fact. You know what I mean?
So would
if
you
I
say
don't know,
Kareem's
but-
better than LeBron?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
Wow,
would
you're
you say
crazy,
Kareem is
bro.
better than MJ?
I
But you're
may-
contradicting.
I mean,
you're
You're
contradicting
contradicting
yourself.
yourself.
I'm saying that I am more willing to change my mind to say Kareem is the GOAT.
But look what LeBron
But the
has
thing is,
done.
the only
You know what?
difference.
You know what it is? He's only accepting when it's in his favor.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I mean? But when
the
it's
thing-
not in his favor,
But
like,
I'll tell
la, la,
you.
la.
No, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what's up. If Michael Jordan had you have to. The only reason people don't think Kareem is the GOAT, right, is because he didn't have the media exposure that Michael Jordan did. Straight no, like he played
Okay,
he
different
played,
eras.
Yes, I'm saying that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. In different era. So like if the people like dude like around the world had no idea who Kareem was, right?
Yeah.
But when Michael Jordan came, technology advanced, obviously, and then in the 90s, but still nobody knew how good Michael Jordan was. The kids like Majd right now, they only rely on YouTube clips,
Yeah.
right? If
yeah.
Michael Jordan was was in his prime today, don't you think with the exposure of social media and the exposure that he would have, people would still think Michael Jordan's better than LeBron James?
But you can't say that.
That's what I'm
either.
saying. That's what
You
I'm saying.
can't. It's hard to
hard
measure.
say. Exactly. So
Yeah.
when people come to me and they're like, so if
It is. If you do notice, to your point, to back you up, is that like people in like the older, like I'm not saying you're old, but you know,
He is
back
old.
in the
He is
days.
old.
back in the day,
Yeah.
like people would like favor MJ more than LeBron, and that's why you see more our generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like me,
because
Jalaz, and Younes
like
generation.
nobody, like me, I never seen a Michael Jordan
Yeah,
game live.
but you're more in his. That
Yeah.
was who you're.
yeah, but
you're,
like exactly. But like technically, the person that I should consider the GOAT is Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Because I kind of grew up in that.
Yeah, so
generation.
see, like, there's a lot, like, even Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, when they were debating it, they said, like, even Paul Pierce said that LeBron's not in his top, or what's his name, the guy that used to play on the Rockets that's on TNT,
Barkley.
no, the other one, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Okay, yeah.
He said that LeBron's not in the top 10. Like, he has to be out of
That's
this world.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Never mind top 10. For you to say he's not even in the top 5 is ridiculous. Never
Yeah.
mind top 10. Like, you have to put LeBron, like,
All I'm saying is LeBron. Yeah, he's different than Michael Jordan.
because he's a beast. He's,
Yeah,
he's a man
yeah,
amongst
yeah.
boys.
But I'm saying like Michael Jordan is still me personally. I think he's a GOAT.
Anyways.
Wait, when LeBron gets 6 rings, come talk.
Oh my God.
Wait, he
Don't
still
say
has
that.
time. He still has time. He
Yeah,
still
but
has
two
time.
more
so
years,
if
3
like
years.
No.
you know, I'm telling you,
Tony,
like
this guy's not
who-
slowing down.
Like, look at the teams LeBron versed, bro. Look at the
Yeah,
teams
the
LeBron
competition.
versed. I
he's
think
faced-
the hardest team that MJ versed was the Utah Jazz with Karl Malone. That was the hardest team that he versed by far.
Pistons.
No, but I still say
The rules were way different. This
The
guy's
who?
getting slapped every time he
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
down there.
No, that era the rules were different. It was much more
Oh
physical.
yeah. But
Even if you
but
never
you
played,
look who he had. Like who does
but
LeBron
even-
have
but
to
the
back
thing
up
is-
Kevin Love?
But the thing is, like, even if you didn't have, you're not facing a skilled team,
Yeah.
they could slap you as you're, like they had no problems playing.
But what I'm saying is
physical.
like LeBron was you got a lot of people like okay, obviously Golden State's not an argument, like that was a juggernaut.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Spurs aren't mentioned when LeBron is playing, like the Spurs,
Spurs
and
are
the
underrated.
Popovich himself with that like trio of Hall of Famers,
yeah.
insane.
Okay, let's stop
Let's take
here.
a break. Let's take a break.
Jadad's about to like fall asleep.
We'll talk about
What's
hockey.
happening? We're talking about baseball again.
Last week, what's it called? We kind of talked about how Ali said that I'm the meanest guy in the world of customer service.
He
right?
called
He called him Karen.
He called me a Karen, and I replied that I've never got mad at any customer service ever. I swallow it. I'm like, these guys are getting paid $8 an hour, and so hold on, let them go. Well, you have more stories, Younes.
Wait. So you've never yelled at someone on the phone because you never got your way?
No, hold on. I honestly, never yelled, but I would get stern, but I would never yell.
Yeah.
Has
that's
someone ever
right.
yelled at you?
A lot of people yell at me. People yell at me for
Do
sneezing.
you have a specific story, a customer service story? Like, have you ever worked in retail?
Yeah, I worked at Shoppers. Those were like the worst months of my life. That made me want to stay in school. Well, there's so much stories about Shoppers. Like people would come ask me, like, if I had no credit to deal with people. They're like, "Hey, do you have this?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me go check in the back," and never show up.
Classic. Classic.
There are days where I'm like, if I go down an aisle, I see somebody struggling. I'm like, nope, I keep walking.
Yeah, like even like we were just talking off air, and Younes brought up a good point. Like working in retail, and like he brought up the point where like if you customers, like especially now with social media and stuff, if customers that are coming in screaming and stuff, depending on which retail you're going in, they come in and they scream and get what they want. And he was bringing up the point that loyal customers would come in and are calm and like Bilal apparently, and are stern,
I appreciate
and
it.
are stern in their position, don't get what they want, they're pushed aside. I feel like it's really like it's coming to truth.
Well, did that happen to you, Younes?
Well, the thing is, we see it like when I worked at Costco, and I loved working at Costco, by the way. Great company, great people and stuff. But like, some of the people that shop there are just ridiculous, man.
Coming to
Like,
return stuff and stuff.
I worked returns a lot.
I would not be able to work there.
So I was the supervisor behind the desk, right? And
What do you want, Kareem?
we can hear the Rubik's cube. You're distracting people from my voice. Unbelievable.
Continue.
Okay.
The chosen one has spoken. I'm speaking.
The chosen one. So, anyways, I'd be like supervising returns and stuff, and wallah, more than once we'd have like a customer come in with just an empty tray, and like an empty meat tray, by the way, right? We're like,
Steaks
hello,
or
sir.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Hello, sir. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I want to get a refund on this meat. I'm like, where's the meat? He said, my family ate it last night. I'm like, so why do you want a refund on that? He's like, we didn't like the meat. I'm like, yes, but you ate it all. He's like, yeah, but I didn't like it, so I want my money back. And I'm thinking to myself, like, are you kidding me, man?
So did you do it?
Okay, Younes, you don't have to. Let me tell you why I wanted the money back, all right? The meat was dry.
So, the first time it happened to me, I couldn't say yes to that. But the thing is, I had to they want to talk to a manager. So I went and called the manager over. Like,
I thought you were the manager before you left.
No, I was supervisor.
Supervisor.
Yeah. So they talked to the manager. The manager's like, you know what? It's just a piece of steak or whatever. Like, to just keep them happy. But obviously, if someone is like continuously abusing the system there, they're not gonna keep saying yes.
Wasn't it like $30? Like, did you give him money back or you just give him a different tray?
No. So it depends. It could be that they just give them a cash card, like those Costco cash cards.
Oh, okay.
Or sometimes they'll just put the money back. Honestly, it really does depend on who's the manager. Technically speaking, if I remember correctly, and the rules could have changed since then, we should have given a cash card, and I think that's what we did for him. We just gave him a cash card.
Oh, okay.
But like, you hear ridiculous things at Costco. Like, for example, this I didn't experience myself, but I heard from one of the managers that someone came with like a bunch of potato peels. They were like, "Hello," and they're like, "Yeah, I want to return this because I paid for 20 pounds of potatoes and the peels they don't count as the potatoes." I'm like, and they're like, "Are you
What?
serious? Like, really?"
What do
But-
you mean?
So like, you know, when you peel the potatoes, like
Yeah.
the potato peels itself,
Yeah.
it removes weight. Obviously, they have.
So he peeled the potatoes and weighed the actual.
So he's saying I never got 20 pounds of like actual French fries, for example,
Actual
or whatever
dishes,
they want.
wallah.
You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, he doesn't know how to cook. He can make the peel like spuds with the peels
you
on
make
it.
cactus
Well,
It's
you
not
know
dark,
what? They didn't know you. The people that were dealing with it did not know you, so they couldn't have referred.
So did you guys? That's wow.
Oh yeah. Oh bro, I have another story for you. So once, once someone came returning bird seeds, and they're like, "Why you want to return the bird seeds? Like, this is bird feeder, you know what I mean?" They're like, "Yeah, the bird seeds, like, they're not good." Like, how would you know?
The birds are like dying in his yard. Maybe that's all he knows.
Like, how would you know that the bird seeds are not good, man? Like, just you hear ridiculous things, man, at Costco.
When I was at Safeway, my first week working there,
Yeah.
you know that show Extreme Couponers?
Yeah.
No.
I got that.
Like,
So
Yeah,
these
yeah.
people come.
Those were the most.
Like
of
they
them.
literally have
Yeah.
Younes, they have binders of coupons. Like literally, they get to like if you watch Extreme Coupons, they get refunded money back.
Yeah.
Of how much they buy and how much coupons they have.
So they'll
It's
go and they'll buy like 6,000 cans of beans, for example.
Yeah.
So my first week on the till, okay, and it's like 3:30. I just finished school. I was like 16 at the time.
Where were you working?
Safeway.
Okay.
So I just finished school. It's like my third or fourth shift there, and I get there and I'm like buzzing this lady in, and then so she had like $1,000 worth of stuff. It came down to $400, and then the $400 was just her actual groceries, not her coupon stuff. She
Wow.
bought like diapers or something like that. I can't remember.
They
What it was.
buy- they buy
I
in
guess
bulk.
What they do, it's like for example, like I remember when I was in Shoppers, there was a Muslim guy. I never knew him personally, but I knew he was Muslim because he kept saying "Salam alaikum" to me. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I look like a Muslim.
Do you?
And also security in New York. And they did. So, anyways, they're like, the guy comes, he piles a bunch of stuff on the counter. And then like I was bringing it up, and then he was like like $15 short. Like if you spend more than like I don't know, it was like $400, you get like 6,000 points on your
Yeah, optimum.
optimum points. And then he was like, it came out to like 300 some. And then and I was like, yeah. He's like, oh man, and let me go get something. He comes back with bacon.
Uh-huh.
I was like
pork bacon?
yeah. And then I was like, do you want to get something else maybe?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'll come back and return it.
What?
So, anyways, my story's not done, by the way.
Oh,
So then,
maybe your story
So
sucks.
you're ringing.
bro,
her
it was
through?
like two. I just started saying the story,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You're ringing her through.
Okay, I ran her through, and then like all that was left was $400 on her thing, but it wasn't $400. It was 401 something.
And she
And she
lost her
goes,
mind.
"That's not right." And I was like, "What do you mean that's not right?" And she goes, "It shouldn't be 401. It should be like 390 something. So it should come out to $400." She sat there for $1. That was the whole thing. She saved $600, but she sat there for $1, and I couldn't figure it out. It's busy. I'm calling for a manager, right? And then at some point, I just go in my pocket. I pull out a loonie. I say, "Here you go." And she got so pissed off at me. She's like, "It's the principal. It's the principal." I was like, "Okay." Bring the manager, and she's like, "You know, he tried to pay me. He tried to give me money." And I was like, "I want you gone here, lady. I don't care."
People are waiting. They're getting mad. Just like
Yeah, man, the lamps are huge. You know, it's rush hour, and
Yeah, even at Rogers, man, you get people that like they'll buy phones. Like then it's not like that they're bad customers, but they'll be kind of like slick. So like I've had a few, like not too much, but a few times where like someone will come buy a phone, right? And they'll come back, they'll be like, "Oh, I want a different color," and they'll come back like the day of or the next day, and like we have to look at the phone obviously to make sure it's not broken anything, and there'll be like a scratch on the back or a scratch on the screen. I'm like, yeah, like we can't do that. Like you see, like,
Yeah.
like
But
that's
one of the funniest things from the Best Buy location I worked at. Someone might get in trouble for me telling the story, but so apparently there's a guy there, RDB guy.
Yeah.
He goes in there and he buys an $8,000 TV.
Okay.
Okay, and it's like, what's a big TV? Okay, so he goes there and he apparently when he was there, he's like flirting with all the girls up front and stuff like that.
That's what's
and
up.
then yeah, right. And then like every like at the store loved this guy because he was there for like 3-4 hours, right? And so he goes, takes the TV home, and comes back the next day with the TV box. He's like, yeah, honestly, you know what? It just wasn't what I thought it was. Can I get a refund? So they're like, okay, sure. Policy at Best Buy is if you return a TV, you open the box, take the TV out, look at it, right? So the way this guy was, apparently he was so charming that he flattered them to the point where they're like, we're not going to look at the box. We trust you, right? Because they thought like they're his boy, right? So the girl up front, she didn't look at the box. She's like, hey, don't worry about it. I know already. So she scanned the seat, whatever, all that stuff. He leaves, right? Probably laughing, just laughing, leaving, right? And then later on at the end of the day, he had to like check out, right? So TV was like an 80-inch TV. It was a huge TV, or maybe 75-inch. Okay.
Yeah.
She opened the box, and what the guy did was he just put a bunch of styrofoam in there and like a 60-inch TV from Kijiji that didn't work.
Oh my god.
So
Did
And
she
so
get
they
fired?
couldn't-
I
they
hope
didn't
she
call
got
him
fired.
back?
no, she didn't get fired. No.
What?
Yeah, she was still there.
They didn't
But
call
you
him back.
No.
But you know what's
Cause,
it
why
called?
would he call him back?
That's Best Buy's fault, bro.
No, they should have called
They
him
should have
back.
called him back.
But no, you know that there's people that actually work from the inside and they help.
Oh,
with
yeah.
these
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
things Too.
There was people that were like that they would lose crates of merchandise,
Yeah.
lose them,
Yeah,
and then it turns out that they were selling them on Kijiji.
Oh,
same
easy.
day.
I remember when I worked at Sobeys in high school.
His name was J Hamdan. Actually, Jalal H. You don't
me.
want.
I remember when I worked at Sobeys in high school, and you'd get like these old people that used to come every week and ask for like. There's always something that comes out. Like I remember when the sesame steak sauce came. You guys know what that is? The sesame steak sauce.
Amazing.
It came out, and like it was the first day it came out, and every day it would come and sell out like the same day. So every day that Haram's guy would come, and every time he'd come, they'd be sold out. And at the time, Sobeys wasn't getting it from like they weren't getting it in crates. It was only by the supplier. So like whenever supplier had, and they were shipping out, and it'd be like once every like 2 weeks. So every time he'd come, he would literally not get it. And then the one time he came, he got a rain check, comes back, and apparently the lady at customer service told him we don't do rain checks on supplies that are like that demanding
Limited
of,
supplies, yeah.
and he just lost his mind.
I would
But,
too.
like,
I would
yeah.
too, though. If you go back to 3-4 times for this steak sauce, it's like Rick and Morty. It's like that Szechuan sauce.
What? But the thing is, like, can't you go to different locations? Like, are you that in tune?
But like you gotta remember, like it was like steak sauce at that time.
Was
that
it
certain
worth it
sauce,
though?
Well, not like now. It's like you gotta remember that's like when I was working at Sobeys 2013, 2014. So 6 years later.
I
You know,
kind of agree with Bilal, but I kind of agree with the guy too. If you go there like 3-4 times, you're kind of like, okay.
Well, like he was literally coming.
So-
Honestly, I worked there 4 days a week. I'd see him like 2 or 3 out of the 4 days a week.
Well, I'll take him to the side. I'm like, is everything okay at home? Like, I'm Jed. But
Really
with
just love the sauce.
you know, one thing about me is that I weigh out, is it worth it?
The pros and cons.
Like, not the pros and cons. It's like, oh man, I bought this thing. And it's like, do I really want to go through the hassle of returning it? Screw it, I eat it.
You know what I used to do? You know what I used to do?
There's a lot of things I have where I'm like, oh, I'm just too lazy to go return.
So I started off like at Sobeys as a cashier, but then I moved to grocery, so you'd stock shelves and stuff, right? So every time like a customer would come up to me, like you guys have always like gone up to someone and be like, hey, do you guys have this in stock? There's not on the floor, right? I would literally go to the knowing that we don't have any. I go to the back, sit on my phone, watch, like look at the.
That's what
just,
I
like
did.
just chill in the back, go back. Yeah, we don't have none.
That's exactly what I used to do. To be the best break.
The best food.
You're the worst. But
I think everybody did that though.
no, not me.
That's
I know
But
every single
the thing
person in
is-
retail.
The thing is, but you when you worked in retail, you worked for family members.
No, not retail.
Can you imagine?
Shout out to
Westgate halal meat.
No. I'm not talking retail, dude. I think at Westgate, honestly, I probably was like the worst worker ever. I'm not gonna. I'll be completely honest. Like,
We
I mean, I
need,
wasn't completely useless. I
We
worked
need
hard.
Amr Rashid Juma on this podcast.
Oh, trust me. Jiddi, my grandfather already knows. He knows. But no, like it's when I went to Costco, it was different. But I would never like go chill in the back and just waste time.
Well,
Home
like-
Depot was the worst.
No,
bro.
the thing with Costco, like I feel like it's a better atmosphere. Like honestly, Shoppers was like out of.
I think Home Depot is the worst just cause you get there at open at 7.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have like these tradesmen sitting at the door at 6:30, and you're walking in 3/4 asleep, bro, and they'll come. Well, listen, like there's no like it's 7 in the morning, and they'll come and they're like so happy and stuff, and like, bro, like
They're ready to
how
go.
are you happy at 7 in the like?
Bro, that's lunchtime for them, bro.
Like oh wow, wallah,
The thing
man,
with
crazy.
Home Depot, the workers are either 15 or 50.
50, yeah.
There's no middle
There's no in
gap.
between. Like every time it's seasonal and like the garden and stuff, they're
Yeah.
all like 40 up, 40 plus, like no question. They get all the sitters and stuff to go fix
Bro,
the
I
flowers.
hate garden season.
Wallah.
Like when you're working and like people are buying all the plants.
You
it's
see all the
the
sitters
worst.
come through and bud.
It's not even that, bro. It's just like all the soil gets everywhere and like water on your like the conveyor belt.
conveyor
whatever.
belt,
Like,
yeah.
oh my god, it's so annoying. I hated it so much.
What was your favorite job? Like that wasn't like an actual job, like a career job.
What?
Like what was your favorite job? That's not like I'm saying this for Bilal because he has an actual job.
Ah, I see.
What was your favorite job?
Honestly, I actually loved Costco.
Costco.
I loved it. I
Yeah,
loved it so much.
well, honestly, after you left, I've seen a huge decline.
I don't think Jalal has one. What's your favorite job? I don't think he
No,
has
no. I used to work at a car lot for 2 years
Oh,
run by my
yeah,
uncle,
yeah, yeah.
and that was the best job of all time. Like hands down, I used to love going to work. I used to hate leaving. Best job of all time.
Was he the one that that story of the red truck? and the-
Yeah, let's keep it. His son watches the podcast.
Rogers is pretty chill though too. Like it's honestly like you sell phone.
You have all the items there, man. It's actually
yeah,
sick. What an environment.
There's a lot of them there.
And all I did was painting. Like it was literally school, painting, and then engineering.
But did you enjoy the painting?
I loved
It's a
it.
huge
Yeah?
jump,
I
maybe that.
loved it.
I'm not
Huh?
like, painting's
Huge
actually
jump.
relaxing.
What do you mean?
Like painting to engineering.
No,
Bro,
what do you
painting
mean,
can't-
though?
you can
Like
make
like totally like labor, working every day.
Yeah,
and
I
then
like
just sitting in a
like,
desk.
literally, I'm watching Seinfeld while I'm working now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the cool part. Like,
yeah,
you know,
but the thing is that like what I liked about painting, you know, it's a good thing that everybody should have. Like even if you, inshallah, you become a doctors and you become professionals, learn a trade.
Honestly,
sure, yeah.
Well, Anjay, because you like you'll save money because like for example, if I want to paint my house, I'll save at least $5,000 and I could do it myself.
And this
and
room.
then like if somehow something happens, you have something to back you
I'll
up.
call
right?
Sami Hamdan.
Yeah.
He does everything.
Snap.
We did our whole house. worst 2 months of my life. Because he would do like, he'd come from work and then he'd like do like a room, right? And oh my god, I don't want to talk about it.
You know, honestly, I agree with Bilal completely. Like, if you can learn a trade or even like multiple trades, it'd be so good to have in your back pocket.
Definitely.
Like, us doing renos at home, like not knowing how to do certain things, man, is so annoying. It's so expensive too, man, if you call someone else. So something I've been thinking of when I have time and money, which I don't have right now, is I want to like build a shed, from scratch, but like not just any shed. Like I want to build it with like shingles, learn how to do shingles on it, like learn how to do everything on that one project. You know what I mean?
Now you have like YouTube and stuff, so it's so easy to learn.
Yeah.
Like if
I
you
feel like
have
I'd get frustrated, trying to make a shed.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if like
shingles are pretty easy though.
yeah.
I heard they're pretty easy.
Yeah, I did my shed, like my dad's shed. It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
I did my dad's deck. I did, a lot of things.
I'm calling you, Bilal.
To work on cars, that's probably the most useful thing.
Yeah, I want to learn that too.
Like, to change your own oil, change a tire. Like, that's pretty useful stuff.
I feel like everyone just ends up knowing how to change a tire.
Yeah,
because you have to. Because you're stuck in like.
Hey,
Shut up,
boys,
Maki.
Let's.
yeah, like, you know what? Because what time is it? Jalal has to leave right away, don't you?
Oh, it's only 8:20.
What time? No, Jalal has to.
8:30 is when.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say, like, I kind of regret not taking mechanics at school, like in Every Lizard, seriously. I actually look back, I'm like, if I tried, I could have actually learned so much more things.
I remember like looking back at it, like when I was like, when you be studying in university and you're like, wow, high school, like we did nothing, like zero.
Bro, I hated high school.
I hated high school.
High school compared to university
Honestly, I found university like
I have so much stories of high school, man.
I still remember the high school teachers said like, oh yeah, university teachers, they don't care about you, they're not gonna follow you. Wallah, university profs were probably more like, depending on, like, obviously there's certain teachers in high school that are your favorites, right? Yeah. But there's some profs that genuinely care about their students' well-being and that they want them to do good.
My chemistry teacher in high school, Chem 30. Buddy, this guy...
What high school did you go to?
I went to Chef.
Okay.
This guy hated me so much. And I would sit in front row, but not because I cared about school.
Nerd.
It's because...
I was also in front center, man.
No. For most class, I would sit in the back. But this class in specific, I would sit in the front. And I can't remember why, to be honest. I think it was because like one of my good friends in that class would sit in the front with me. And we'd spend the whole class just like doing stupid stuff. Like he wasn't Arab. He was an Indian guy, right? And...
why are you putting race?
I'm just specifying.
I'm joking. Go.
Anyways, so like he wouldn't know any Arabic words, so he'd be like, "Yo, how do you say like this word in Arabic?" I'm like, "Okay, you say this." He'd start learning all his Arabic from me, and then we'd just be messing around all class. And then I didn't do that well in the course, and then this guy's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna have a future, eh?" Like this professor, like this guy hated me, bro.
He's out for you.
Oh, he hated me. So I come back the next year, when I'm in my first year of university, to what's it called, to get my yearbook.
Yeah.
And I ended up retaking Chem 30 in the summer school because I just hated this guy and I never took it seriously the first time. Second time I killed it. I did really well, alhamdulillah. So this guy's coming to like, I went by his class, he saw me. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Coming back to redo grade 12? I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm in the university, buddy.
What a bitter person.
Bro, this guy was out to get me. And then when I said that, I'm like, first of all, I'm in university. Second of all, I retook Chem 30 and I killed it. Right, so I don't need you to like come and try to poke fun at me and like all this stuff. He was so mad, and I was so mad that he even said that.
You should have been like, "Is everything okay at home?"
Oh, bro, I wish. Wallah, I wasn't that snarky back then, man.
Bro, high school.
Like,
back in high school, one of my buddies, we took math 30 together, and Mooney. I'll say Mooney. I don't care. It's
Who's the teacher?
6 years ago. I can't remember her name right now.
Miss Moore.
No,
Miss Moore was
Or
physics.
Miss no, Miss
Not
Moore
Philippe,
was
Philippe.
math.
Aldidi.
Oh, Miss Aldidi. Yeah.
I hope she doesn't listen to this podcast. Anyways, so Mooney had this thing where he would skip once a week. So he scheduled his week. So
It was religiously, he'd skip one.
yeah. So it was like, okay, I have this class 3 times a week. I'll skip once a week, right? So then she kind of picked up on it. And then one time he's in class and then he like bombed the midterm. So he's like, okay, I'm going to start coming from now on. So he came for like a week straight. And then on like the 4th day in a row that he was there, she was like, oh, good to see that you're here for like the 4th time, right? And then he's like, yeah. Anyway, she's teaching. He raises his hand and she goes, yeah. And then he goes, I have a question about this. Is this? She goes, you don't get to ask questions. And then she's like, you know what, Mooney or Muhammad? She's like, you know what, Muhammad? You're not gonna make it in life or this, and like all that stuff. And then he's like, okay. So he just sat there. And then she's like, if you're gonna ask questions, ask somebody that comes to class every single day. So she would always point to this kid in the back of the room. She's like, or I'd ask a question. She's like, You know who knows the answer to that? So and so in the back of the room, and I'm like, why? Like who's getting paid here?
That's so useless, man.
But yeah, she was funny.
Speaking of math, this was in summer school?
No. This
Yeah.
was in like regular school. Yeah,
Oh, regular school.
yeah, regular school. Yeah.
So I took math 30 in summer at Emmy Lazard, and I was in class with like a class filled with Arabs, but there was one guy in specific who would always go to class and just fall asleep. Not fall asleep, sorry. I'd be falling asleep. He would be like taking notes, like he had to pass because he failed it the first time. Haram. So like I'd go to class, I'd be knocked out, like sleeping. They'd wake me up for the exam. I'd write the exam, and go back to sleep. Okay. So we get our exam marks back, and like alhamdulillah, like I would do okay, and then this guy would just barely get over 50. He's like, bro, I don't know how you do it, man. You're sleeping all the time. I'm taking notes and I get killed. Wallah, I felt so bad, bro. Shuji. Well, that guy, he's a Shuji, actually.
Bro, summer school the first time, me and my buddy Ashraf, shout out Ashraf, he like we used to think in Islamic school that going into public school, they're like animals. We used to thought like we're like tamed and like they're crazy. We thought they're like doing like, drugs on the table and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we got to public school and we're in this like summer school class. It was calm, and everybody's like sitting down, taking notes. Like no one's laughing. I'm like, what the hell? So Ashraf took a 7-Up can full, okay, while she's teaching, and I'm sitting. So we're sitting like this, right? And he goes, "Hey Jay." I look at him, and his name was Marco in summer school. I don't know why. And he took the 7-Up can and he just chucked it in my face.
Oh my god!
And it hits me in the face, and then I get pissed off, so I jump over the desk and I like tackle him to the floor, right? And then she was like, "What school do you guys go to?" Like from before, and we're like Islamic school, like. And then she's like, "Yeah, it makes sense. You're all like this."
Oh, wow.
Because I'm telling you, all the crazy kids I know nowadays are ex-Islamic school kids.
No, what it is in Islamic school, because I was like 9 years in Islamic school, and then I went into. The thing is with like Islamic schools, because you're so sheltered.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like you're praying, your Islamic studies.
Yeah.
You know, like as much as like like the bad kid in the Islamic school, he's still sheltered. But then like when they go to the public schools and they see like nobody cares if you're not praying, nobody cares if
like
what's it called? Like you're flirting with
all
girls.
bets off.
Yeah.
Like Jalal thought like when he was in Islamic school, like when we used to be in Kalani and stuff, he used to thought like, wow.
We thought Kalani kids like, wow, these guys are like meth addicts, all of them. We thought like these guys are drinking in class. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Little did they know.
And then we're like making teachers cry all the time, but we're like, hey, it's okay. We're bad, but we're not that
Kalani
bad.
bad.
The worst thing we used to do is skip. That was the worst thing.
Oh, we'd skip all the time too.
Yeah, see, like
we had a pact in grade 9 that for our Arabic class, we would all skip so no one would get in trouble. That was our idea. So every single person, even like the good kids, they all skip too. Great times.
We did that at my school in the Caribbean, and buddy, the teacher that ended up having that class was so mad.
Wait, in med school you guys did this?
Yes.
I think they take offense to it though, because
So
like,
don't
like,
go
wow,
see this doctor. It's like, oh, I should not skip that one class.
No. This class was the most useless class ever. It was basically a class on like citations and like stupid stuff like something you
Like
don't need.
lawyer stuff, maybe. Yeah, you do. Need
No, it's so dumb, right? And you don't get any marks on it. It's like everyone passes the course, you know? So we're like, you know what? We have other exams to study for. Let's just skip the class. But it's only going to work if every last person skips.
Yeah.
And our class is solid. So like when we say we're going to do something, we do it. So everyone skipped. And buddy, she was so mad. Like the dean had to come into our class the next day and like give us a lecture and stuff. It was bad.
Yeah, I think because they take personal offense to it. Like,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
like,
I
that's
would
wrong.
if I was teaching
I
in med
would.
school.
Oh,
Yeah, I would.
And yo, to be completely honest and fair, this teacher, she has a bad rep for being really tough on exams, but honestly, she's a great teacher. She really does teach really hard, and she's good at what she does.
I'm taking she listens to this podcast.
No, she doesn't. If she does, I'd
Nudge,
be very
nudge.
impressed. I'd be very impressed if she does. But yeah,
Guess this is a good.
don't skip class. I almost never
skip class.
graduated. I almost never graduated high school.
High school?
Yeah, because of
skipping?
Yeah,
I
Wow,
graduated-
I'm shocked.
I could have.
Like you? Wow.
buddy, I was. You know what it was? Castlebeck ruined me, bro. Well, I live right next to Castlebeck, so I'd be skipping in Castlebeck, like fearing for my life because if my parents drive by and see me at Castlebeck and not in class, I'm dead.
Like,
Kill
see
you,
through
yeah.
the window. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, buddy, it was so bad, wallah.
I
But-
think I could have graduated high school in grade 11, but the counselor made me stay. No, because I had like
Counselor.
made me stay to get my diploma.
Who's your counselor?
I don't remember.
Lazar, right?
Yeah.
Ferguson?
No, I forgot their names.
Ferguson.
The only
Erickson,
people I remember is like
Ferguson.
Mr.
Erickson.
Morrison, and I also forgot everybody.
Sorensen?
Morrison. He used to be a CFL player, and he was a principal at Emmy Lazard. No, because I was just gonna say, because in grade 10 and in grade 11, like, you know, all the kids, all they care about is spares, right?
Yeah.
So in grade 10, grade 11, I made sure I had 0 spares. And then I finished all the stuff I needed to, because I was like, I'm going to take engineering. That's what I wanted to do. So I took my physics, I took my math,
All the
my
nerd
math,
stuff.
all the stuff that I
Yeah.
needed, and then like I didn't take it, and then the lady, and I didn't take food, so I just took gym, and I took mechanics. But yeah, I apparently needed 2 mechanic and something else, and then like I went to. And I was like, the counselor calls me in, and she's like, I see that you can't graduate grade 12 because you can't get your diploma. I'm like, yeah, but I have the courses I need for engineering. She was like, yeah, I recommend you get a high school diploma because I'm like, but don't, because I did my research, like, as long as you have these courses, you could go. She's like, no, you're going to have to get your diploma. I'm like, okay, what do I need? She's like, yeah, you have to take,
Pretty much options.
On options. So like my grade 12 all year was like literally like calm in the morning, and then like one class, and then the next day was calm in the morning. The next day was foods 10.
And you have to wait a whole year.
That's all I did for 1 year. I took calculus, and I took foods 10 the whole year.
Wow.
It was so
What a
bad.
schedule.
And then and then every day like I'll go to school. It was like 8, and then 9 I'll be done school, and like 10 o'clock I was at work. I made a lot
Remember
of cash.
Spanish? Remember Spanish? God, I don't even know why we took
buddy,
Spanish.
man.
bro.
Oh, bro, I took Spanish, buddy.
Me and this guy, that's how we met in the Spanish class. Like, I didn't even know, like me, I don't know what I was doing in there. I saw it, I was like, okay, cool, Arab dude, right? We were the only 2 Arabs in that class.
I wish I took Spanish. I should have took Spanish.
And it was so
French.
it was a full year. So like in high school, if the class is every second day, it's a full year.
Yeah.
So we were taking it, and like it was a whole year, and we were like, yeah.
Bro,
Like,
that was
literally,
my,
I
like,
came out nothing, like 0.
Buddy, I have some messed up Spanish class stories, but I'll save it for another podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have enough time for it right now. We actually have to.
Okay,
The battery's gonna
let's,
die on
let's
us.
wrap it up. And
No
shit.
table talk today, but it's
No-
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
enjoyed the conversation. It was
Fishy,
good
Fishy,
banter.
thanks for. by the way,
Oh,
Clean
yeah.
House podcast.
Clean House,
quick,
Clean
quick,
Hit.
quick,
Clean House
quick,
podcast.
Clean House, Clean
Make sure to
House.
catch Clean Hit podcast. First episode is dropping on Wednesday, July 15th. We'll be dropping every Wednesday. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play,
YouTube.
Anchor, YouTube. Just follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Clean Hit Podcast. And
If you want some spicy hockey takes,
Yeah, it's not. It's boring.
it's
Anyway,
spicy.
that's
anyway,
nice. Hamid
thanks.
Younes is going to be on there soon. So
Thanks, Kareem. How do you has to get as much FaceTime as he can?
Yeah, because I'm fishing.
Exactly,
right?
you are. Kareem, thanks for
Shout out, Kareem.
Thanks for coming in. All right.
Are you sure?
want to say something?
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Maj, thanks for coming in.
thanks, Majd.
Thank you.
Thanks for your
And
good
then,
take.
yeah, so we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Yalla.
Yeah.
Salam.